Shalom Chaverim, it's Rubisa, and it's time for the Torah portion. So we're going to reach up, stretch up as high as you can, and pull down your Sefer Torah and give that Torah a great big hug. And the Perasha we're going to learn about now is Vayeshev. Now, in Vayeshev, I just want to say from the beginning, all the people in the Torah are people. And sometimes people do the right thing, the nice thing, the kind thing, and sometimes people don't. Lots of people, one Hashem. And you, who are listening right now, you're a person because we are people. So when I tell you about people in the parasha doing not the right thing, you can give them a thumbs down because you know it's not the right thing they're doing. And you'll know that they're people, so they make the wrong choice. Sometimes. Because sometimes we all make the wrong choice. Okay, so we spoke before that Yaakov has a lot of children. He's got 12 sons. One of them's name is Yosef. And Yosef gets a special gift from his father. He gets a kutonet pasim, a striped jacket or tunic. Well, if you have a brother or a sister, or many of them, actually, all of you, when someone you know, when a friend gets something new and something special, a cool new coat, new shoes, how do you feel? A little bit you probably wish you got them too, but mostly you're happy for your friend. Ooh, nice shoes. I should tell my mom about them. Maybe I'll get some too. But if your brother or your sister gets something new, something nice, something special, and you don't get it, how do you feel? Jealous, right? And you're far more jealous when it's your brother or your sister than if it's your friend or someone you know. And that's what the Torah reflects. That's what it describes, that same feeling you have. Well, all of Yosef's brothers have it when Abba gives him the kutonet pasim. And Yosef, their brother, who has his kutonet pasim, also keeps telling them about the dreams he's having. And he's having very special dreams. The word in Hebrew for dream is chalom. And first he has a chalom that all of his brothers are holding wheat, like all of his brothers are a bundle of wheat, and all of those wheat bow down and say, Yosef is the greatest! Yosef is the greatest! So when Yosef tells his brothers that, do they think he's the greatest? They are not impressed with him sharing his dream. But it is okay for you to talk about the dreams you have, even if they're like that. Because, well, your dreams are your dreams. And that's okay. And sometimes dreams are scary, and sometimes dreams might happen, and sometimes they won't happen at all. But his brothers still don't like it. And then he has another dream, another chalom. And in this chalom, 11 kochavim are stars, are all bowing down and saying Yosef is the greatest, and also the Shemesh, the sun, and also the Arech. And his brothers they're having none of it. They do not like Yosef's behavior at all because he's showing off, and they don't like how that feels, and it hurts their heart, and it makes them feel very jealous. Now, if you have a feeling that's not a good feeling, well, it's okay to have that feeling, and you could talk about why you have that feeling, and you could try to problem solve and work on that feeling. But that's not what his brothers do. His brothers make a really, really terrible choice. His brothers are out working. They're shepherds. They're taking care of all the sheep and the goats. Make some sheep and goat sounds, right? Like that. And Yosef's coming to bring them lunch. When they see him coming, they decide, that's it. We are done with Yosef and his show-off, kutonet pasim, and his show-off, special chalom that he's so great and we know he's so great. Let's throw him in a pit. We'll make a big hole in the ground and we'll throw him in it. Yeah, let's do it. Thumbs up or thumbs down, my friends. Totally thumbs down. Now, Reuven is the oldest, and he could have said, no, guys, this is a terrible idea, even though he thought, this is a terrible idea. And he just thinks, okay, we'll take lunch from Yosef, we'll throw him in the pit. When lunch is over, we'll get him back out. Yosef will learn his lesson, and everybody will be fine. I don't give him a thumbs up for the plan, but it's not a super thumbs down. It's kind of like a mostly down, but not as down. However, by the time lunch is over, that's the end of Yosef. He is on his way to Mitzrayim, and a caravan of Ishmaelites, he's gone. Now his brothers, before they threw him in, they took the kutonet pasim from him. Now what are they going to do? They got to go back to Abba, right, to Yaakov. What are they going to tell him about Yosef? The Yosef's on his way to Mitzrayim on the back of some gemalim? No, that's not going to go well. What should they do? Oh, we'll tell Abba a lie. Thumbs up or thumbs down for lying? Definitely thumbs down for lying to your father. They take his kutonet pasim, his special jacket, and they take the blood from one of the sheep, one of the goats, and they show it to Abba and like, oh, look, we found this. We don't know what happened. Do you recognize this? Do you think it's Yosef? Yeah, liar's pants on fires. And they have to kind of hold on to that lie, because it can't be like, well, it could have been the next one. They'd be like, oh, Abba, actually we lied. But they don't. They're too embarrassed. So they stay in a thumbs down state. And meanwhile, Yosef is in Mitzrayim. One thing leads to another in Mitzrayim, and he ends up in jail. Thumbs down for being in jail, but wasn't his fault. But still, that's where he is. And while he's in jail, he makes two friends. And his two friends say, Yosef, we had a crazy chalom. I had this really weird dream. Do you think you can help me understand it? And Yosef says, oh, I'm actually an expert in understanding chalom. Never mind. I won't tell you about the chalom I had before, because that ended up bad. I ended up in a pit. But tell me about your chalom. And Yosef tells them what he thinks their dreams mean. And he's right. One dream means that one of the men who works for Paro, his drink maker, will go free and return to working for Paro. The other one, that's it for him. So when the drink maker is leaving the jail, Yosef says, don't forget me. Tell Paro that I'm here, I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm really good at knowing dreams. You'll help me, right? And the parsha ends with Yosef still in jail. The drink maker doesn't run to help him and doesn't tell Paro right away. And so Yosef stays in jail. Yosef's brothers stay with their lie. And everybody moves along. Kind of a thumbs down all the way, right? But that's okay, because soon, well, we'll see what happens next. Give your Sefer Torah another big hug. Send it up. And I wish that this week, well, I give you the perashat, that you're able to talk about your big feelings, because you'll have them, because we're people and we do, and you're able to make mostly thumbs up choices with your feelings, and that each chalom you have, each dream that you have, brings you joy